to the common understanding how Kṛṣṇa is everything. Kṛṣṇa sarvakarana karanam Ishvara parama Kṛṣṇa Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radhi Govinda sarvakarana karanam. So now he is explaining himself how he is sarvakarana karanam. Bhumirapa analo vayu khangamano buddhirivaja ahankara itiyanme bhinna prakriti astadha. We materialistic persons, materialist science, they can study all these material elements. Bhumi, apa, anala, vayu, kham. And then little higher than that, materialist scientists. There are psychologists or philosophers. They study man, buddhi, ahankara, thinking, feeling, willing, different stages of the mind. But Kṛṣṇa says that iti aname bhinna prakriti astadha. These 8 kinds of material elements, they are separated energy from me. Separated energy, you can understand very easily. Just like I am speaking and it is being recorded in the tape recorder. When the tape recorder is replayed again, you will find that I am speaking again. But that speaking and my present speaking is different. Therefore, that speaking is separated energy. Now I am speaking directly. That is not separated. But when it is transferred to another matter, that is separated energy. So this material world is separated energy from Kṛṣṇa, but it is energy. He is energy. He is energy acting under his direction. But this material energy is not independent. The material scientists, they are thinking that there is no God. Matter is working by actions and reactions. But that is not the fact. Matter is dependent on the direction of the Supreme Lord. That will be stated in the 10th chapter. Maya dhakṣena prakriti shvate sa characharam. This prakriti, this material energy, is acting under my superintendence. How material energy can act independently? That is not very good understanding. Suppose this electric fan is running on, but it is not running on independently. There is electric energy, there is powerhouse, there is a superintending engineer in the powerhouse. At the end there is a living force. Matter cannot work independently. We have no such experience. Anything you take, matter, material, it has no power to work independently. Behind that there is spiritual existence. Now Kṛṣṇa says, Bhumi apa anala vayu. When we cannot accommodate that how from a person all these material manifestations, the gigantic sky, the innumerable planets with different varieties of energy, how it is possible that it is produced from a person? Therefore those who are in forefront of knowledge, they think just the opposite way. Because personally how it is possible. Therefore they think of the Supreme Absolute Truth as impersonal. But that is not fact. First, we can again study, just like your body, my body, although it is gigantic, just like elephant body, or there are many other animals. Just in the ocean, there are many big fishes. One fish is called pimi, the whale fish. It is sometimes as big as one big house. And it is understood from the Shastras that there is another fish which is called pimingal. Pimingal means a big fish which can swallow up a whale as big as a house. So there are so many big animals and big living entities all over the universe, but all of them are production of a very little spiritual spark. My body, your body, let us study. What is this body? This body is produced or generated from the small spiritual spark. That is also mentioned in the Shastra. What is the dimension of that small spiritual spark? Kesadra sadvadasya sadadha kalpitasya jiva bhava savijñā sanantaya kalpate. Kesadra sadvadasya, the upper portion, the tip of the hair, just like a point, it divides into 100 parts and take another one part and divide another 100 parts. That means 10,000 parts of the tip of the hair is the dimension of the spirit soul. That spirit soul, on the basis of that spirit soul, this body develops. Any medical scientist knows. And we know from the Vedic literature that these small particles, atomic particles of spiritual spark, take shelter in the semina of the father, and the father injects the semina in the womb of the mother. Then if the situation is favorable, then it takes a form of body, just like a pea in the first night. That pea-like body develops. Then different holes are manifested. They are developed into eyes, ears, mouth, and so many holes, 9 holes in the body. So, anyone can understand that that small particle or atomic portion of a spiritual spark develops this body, big body. Not only human body, all sorts of bodies. Similarly, this whole universe is also a development of the spiritual body of Kṛṣṇa, Paramatma. So it is not very difficult to understand. The Buddhist theory is that living symptoms are produced by combination of matter. But from Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic literature we understand the matter is produced from spirit soul. Matter, not from the matter, the living symptoms are produced. According to Lord Buddha's philosophy, that this body is combination of matter. So when we dismantle the matter, nirvana, then there is no more feelings of pains and pleasure. That is called sunnavadi. But we are neither Shunyavadi nor Nirvisheshvadi. We are Savisheshvadi. Savisheshvadi means that the spirit soul has got his form, and this body has got form. Just like dress takes its form because the man has got a form. This body is considered as dress. Bhasansi jinnani jathavya. We are changing our dresses as much as we change our old dress to new one. Old order changes, yielding place to new. So, this body, because we, in our spiritual body, we have got form, hands and legs. Therefore, we develop a material body which has got hands, legs, etc. That we can understand very easily. Just like your coat and shirt cannot have hands and legs without you having your hands and legs. Similarly, this material body which is considered as dress means it has developed on the personal body of the spiritual form. This is called Savisheshvadi. So the material existence, external feature of the Lord is these eight elements, namely Bhumi, Apa, Anala, Vayu, Khang, Buddhi, Mana, Eva. They are subtle forms. Ahankar, egotism, mind and intelligence. They are also material. They are not spiritual. One who thinks that mental speculation is spiritual speculation, that is wrong. Here from Bhagavad Gita we understand the mind is also subtle form of matter. And actually that is so. Because we get another body after death according to the mental situation at the time of death. The mind, intelligence, the subtle body. Just like at night, our subtle body, mind, intelligence work, and we think that we have got a separate body and have gone somewhere else from our house, from our room. We forget this material body. Similarly, after death, my mind and intelligence carry me to another separate body according to my thinking at the time of death. So, false ego. This false ego is that I am something of material product. This is called false ego. Actual ego, aham brahmasmi, I am Brahma. Bhumirapa anolo vayu, khanga mana buddhiri vata, ahankara ityang me bhinna prakriti rastana. So if we think about all these material objects, then actually at the end we come to the platform of spirit soul. And the spirit soul being part and parcel of the Supreme Soul, Kṛṣṇa, then ultimately you come to Kṛṣṇa. As such, Kṛṣṇa is the origin of everything. Janmadasya jata. Both material and spiritual. There are different kinds of energy of Kṛṣṇa. Parasya Shakti vividhaiva sriyate. This material energy is one of them. It is called external energy. Just like my body, your body is external energy. Similarly, the whole material manifestation, cosmic manifestation, is manifestation of the external energy of Kṛṣṇa. Then Kṛṣṇa says, Aparayam itastu anyang prakritim vidyame param. Jiva bhutang mahabaho jayidam dharjate jagat. Now Kṛṣṇa says that these material energies are inferior, apara. Just like in everything, within our experience, we have got inferior quality and superior quality. Of course, Kṛṣṇa being absolute, everything is spiritual and in the higher sense. But when we analyze scrutinizingly, we can understand that this is this, this is that. The Kṛṣṇa is analyzing himself that all these material energies, 8 kinds of material energies, they are inferior quality. Aparayam itastu aparayam itastu anyana prakriti. There is another prakriti, another energy. Because parasya shakti vividhai vasyate, Kṛṣṇa has called various energies. So these 8 elements, material elements, in manifestation of his inferior energy. And the superior energy, Kṛṣṇa says, aparayam itastu anyang prakritim viddhime param. Param means superior energy. And that superior energy is jiva bhutang mahava, jayedam dharjate jagat. They are living entities, just like we are living entities. So we are energies of Kṛṣṇa. The Mayavad philosophy claims that we are the same Brahma or Paramatma. But Bhagavad Gita says that the living entities as we are simply energy. Kṛṣṇa is the energetic. So there is difference between the energetic and the energy. Just like fire. Fire is the energetic, and light and heat are the energies of fire. So the sun and the sunshine is the energy of sun. If you think because the sunshine has entered in your room, if you think the sun has entered your room, that is wrong. So energy and energetic, they are simultaneously one and different. That is the philosophy of Lord Chaitanya. Achinta Veda Aveda. There are many philosophers. They say that the God and the living entity the same. It is covered by Maya. Yes, it is covered by Maya. That is accepted. But God cannot be covered by Maya. That is not possible. The same example, just like the cloud covering my eyesight, not that cloud is covering the sun. That is not possible. Similarly, Maya also being another energy. Vishnu Shakti para prokta khetra gyakhya tatha para avidya karma sanga anya sivya shakti vishyate. Out of multivarious energies of Kṛṣṇa, all of them are spiritual. Vishnu Shakti para prokta. The Kṛṣṇa is complete spirit. His energies are also spiritual. Therefore, in the Vishnu Purana it is said, Vishnu Shakti para prokta. Para means spiritual. And Khetragya kha tatha para. Khetragya. The Khetragya and Khetra will be discussed in the Bhagavad Gita in the 13th chapter. So this Khetragya Shakti or the Jiva Shakti, is also parashakti, spiritual. Kshetra gakhya tatha para. Avidya karmasanga anya titya shakti vishyate. And there is another energy, which is avidya. How it is avidya? Just like we are thinking that Brahma is covered by Maya. This is avidya. How Brahma can be covered by Maya? Then Maya becomes the great, not Brahma. Brahma means the great. Brihatya. That is Brahma. So if Maya covers Brahma, then Maya becomes greater than Brahma. That is not possible. Maya is illusion, just like cloud. Cloud is another production of the sun. By the heat of the sun, the sea water is evaporated and it is transformed into cloud. So, cloud is nothing but a transformation of the energy of the sun. Similarly, Maya Shakti is also another energy of Kṛṣṇa. Devi Jesa Gunamayi Mama Maya Durasvaya. Mama Maya. Maya Dhakshena Prakriti Shvate Satarataram. So Maya is controlled by Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa is never controlled by Maya. Kṛṣṇa is never controlled by Maya. That is not very good theory. That is due to poor fundamental knowledge. Kṛṣṇa cannot be covered. Just like Bhoktā, by his bhakti yoga meditation, he saw Kṛṣṇa and Maya. Maya apasrayam, just on the background. Background, just like you find the shadow of the man, not in the front. Similarly, Maya cannot cover Kṛṣṇa. That is unclear. Maya can cover the individual soul. Therefore, because the individual soul is apt to fall down sometimes under the clutches of Maya, it is called Tatastha Shakti. Tatastha Shakti, just like in the seaside, the thought, the beach, sometimes you see it is covered by water and sometimes it is land. Similarly, when we are covered by Maya, that is our Jiva Bhuta state. And when there is no more covering, that is Brahma Bhuta state. When we are Kṛṣṇa conscious, then we are Brahma Bhuta. And when we are not Kṛṣṇa conscious, we are materially conscious. That is Maya. Therefore, as soon as we are freed from the clutches of Maya, Brahma Bhuta, Prasanna-atma, we become Prasanna-atma, very happy, joyful. Just like if a man is freed from the contamination of a certain type of disease, he feels happy. Now I am feeling all right. Similarly, these covering of Maya, of the jivas, not of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord cannot be covered by Maya. That is wrong. The jivas, that is called ja. Aparayam itasyanyan prakiting me vidhi param jiva bhutam mahabhav. Arjuna is addressed as Mahabhav, the great fighter. Great fighter can understand. Who is great fighter? Who is acting under Kṛṣṇa? He is great fighter. Just like Arjuna is fighting. So when he takes shelter of Kṛṣṇa and fights with this material opposing elements. These preachers, they are also Mahabhav. They are fighting with persons who are not Krishna conscious. They are pushing on Krishna consciousness movement by fighting. But this fighting is in different ways. This was taught by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna Varnam Tisa Krishnam Sangha Upanga Parsadam. Sangha Upanga Astra. Astra means weapon. Just like these Pakistanis are fighting with machine gun. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fought with Maya, not with machine gun, but with his most confidential associate, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhoktā. His fighting weapons were Sri Advaita Prabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sivasadi Gaur Bhoktā and another many devotees. So, Lord Chaitanya's movement is also fighting, but it is a fighting in a different way. So the soldier, Nityananda Prabhu, soldier, was sent to deliver Jagai Mother. This is also fighting. Therefore, all the devotees, all the preachers of Krishna consciousness movement, they are Mahabhaho, strongly armed by the weapons of Krishna. They cannot be defeated. They will push on and fight with Maya, this illusion. What is that illusion? The living entity under illusion is thinking that he will be happy by material comfort. That is not possible. So, this movement, Krishna consciousness movement, is a declaration of war with Maya. Declaration of war, but in a different way, by this chanting process. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. The transcendental vibration will clarify the whole atmosphere, and as soon as these Krishna conscious soldiers comes out victorious, the whole world will be peaceful. So, Jiva Bhuta Mahavaho, the conclusion is that Jiva, the living entities, individual living entities, they are part and parcel of Krishna as energy, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita here. Aparayam itastu vandana prakriti. The Jiva Bhuta, the living entities, they are Prakriti, not Purusha. Purusha means enjoyer, and Prakriti means enjoyed. Just like for crude example, man and woman. Man is supposed to be the enjoyer, and woman is supposed to be enjoyed. Similarly, Prakriti is not enjoyer. Prakriti is enjoyed. If the Prakriti remains in our own position as being enjoyed, that is her natural position. And if he superficially, artificially tries to be enjoyed, a Purusha, she never becomes happy. According to our Manu Samhita, it is said that woman has no independence. Nasyam satantratam arhati. According to Manu Samhita, a woman should remain always dependent, and that is her real happiness. Let her remain dependent when young, under the protection of the father. Let her remain dependent when she is young, under the protection of the husband. And let her remain dependent in old age, under the protection of elderly son. That is the direction by Lord Manu, who has given us law. Actually, in fact, if woman is dependent on a suitable father, husband and son, she is happy. Therefore, according to our Vedic civilization, it is the father's duty when the girl is young to find out a suitable boy who can take charge of her. And the father is relieved that now I have given charge of my girl to a suitable boy and I am happy. Perhaps you have seen in our last wedding ceremony yesterday, the husband promised that I will take charge of you to make you comfortable throughout your whole life. And the wife promised, yes, I accept you as my husband and I shall devote my life just to make you happy. These are the relationships, Prakriti and Purusha. So here Kṛṣṇa says that Jiva Bhoktā, Prakriti, not Purusha. How the Prakriti can be enjoyer of this material world? That is not possible. That is superficial, artificial, kritrim. That is not fact. Therefore, our main disease is that we are to be enjoyed by Kṛṣṇa and we are trying to be enjoyer. We are actually to be predominated by Kṛṣṇa, but we are trying to be predominator. That is our fault. Don't try to be predominator. Try to be predominated by Kṛṣṇa and you will be happy. Just like the woman. As soon as she is under protection of a big father, a nice husband, a nice elderly son, she is happy, very happy. And as soon as she is independent, I have seen practically in Europe and America, there are so many women declared independent. They are most unhappy. I have seen it. In old age, they are very, very unhappy. Young age also. They do not get a right husband and they are very unhappy. When one young girl sees that another young girl has husband, she becomes, so this woman, this girl has got a husband. You see. That is the nature. Prakriti means to remain dependent on the Supreme Husband or on the Supreme Father. You can accept Kṛṣṇa as Father. You can love Kṛṣṇa as Father, as husband, as master. Dependent. Remain dependent. And Kṛṣṇa has come to teach us that natural position of the living entity. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraj. Manmana bhavamad bhakto madjajiman namaskuru. This is our position. Not to be puffed up that I am God, I am Kṛṣṇa. Everyone is Kṛṣṇa. This is Maya, the last layer of Maya. Maya dictates that you become the biggest man of the world. You become the biggest, richest man of the world. And you are struggling. And there is struggle. Just like there is struggle is going on in Pakistan. The Bangladesh is trying that we shall be leading Pakistan. And the Western Pakistan is trying that we shall be leading. Nobody is leader. Actually, Kṛṣṇa is leader. Cheta chetana. Nitya nityanam chetana chetananam. Eka bahunam vidadhati kaman. This is the Vedic injunction. Kṛṣṇa also says clearly, Bhoktāram jagatavasam sarvalokamahatam. Bhoktā aham. Kṛṣṇa does not say that you are also Bhoktā, you living entity. He never said Arjuna that you are Bhoktā. I am Bhoktā. So you have to accept that position. Prakriti. All dependent on Kṛṣṇa. Then Kṛṣṇa takes charge. Kṛṣṇa says, aham sva sarva papepa mokkhoishyami. He will give us protection. Konte apradijanihi name bhakta pranashati. These are the statements of Bhagavad Gita. So as Prakriti, as dependent on Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa is the supreme Purusha. If we accept this philosophy, then our life is successful. Otherwise, it is simply struggle for existence. Kṛṣṇa, personally, the Jiva Bhuta Mahabhava, Daidam Dharvate Jagat. The whole material world is moving due to the Jiva Bhuta, the living entity. This Bombay city is so important because there are so many living entities. And if something happens to all the people leave, then the big skyscraper will not face even 200 rupees less. It is all unimportant. Similarly, the whole world, material world, is important because the Jiva Bhuta, who has declared himself as Bhoktā, falsely, everyone in this material world, beginning from Brahma down to the insignificant ant, they are struggling hard. That is explained in the 15th chapter. Manasasthani indriyani prakritisthani karusati. Simply struggling to become equal to Kṛṣṇa, to be the Bhoktā. So, this Kṛṣṇa consciousness movement means to bring men in the same condition that you are not Bhoktā. Bhoktā is Kṛṣṇa, and you become bhogya. You become enjoyer, not the enjoyer. Then you will be happy. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.